In this video, traders, look at different types of uptrend. Stay tuned. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining me. If you're a long-term subscriber, I appreciate your support. If you're not, maybe consider subscribing for more videos from me and others on the channel. Talk about setup strategies and all good stuff. In this video though, we'll talk about the uptrend. Now, the trap that a lot of us fall into is we just categorize a market as it's an uptrend, it's a downtrend, it's range bound, and that's it. But ultimately, we're missing kind of going deeper and adding more attributes to the trend. So in this video, I'm going to talk about uptrend, obviously flip on its head for downtrend. But what do I mean? So there are attributes that come with a trend that distinguish it from another type of trend, and more importantly, mean that we're using a different trading strategy to trade it profitably. You know, we're not using the same strategy for every uptrend. So by labeling it as an uptrend, it's fine in a loose term, but actually going one step further and looking at the type of uptrend really starts to give us then a little bit more of a flavor and a bit more of a scent, if you like, on what kind of strategy to use if we want to get involved at all. All right, so 1, 2, 3 different types of uptrends. There are probably some more, but these are the main ones. So the first one is a good angle. It's like a 45-degree angle, but it's grinding. So we've got like a grinding uptrend here. So what is this telling us? It's telling us, okay, listen, the supply demand is definitely out of balance. We've got a lot more demand coming in. Buyers are stepping up, but they're not super aggressive, right? They're not like every time you break out to a new high, it's not ripping to the upside. It's breaking out a little bit, consolidating, breaking out a little bit, consolidating, coming back. It's just ticking, but it's still got that continuous supply demand imbalance, causing price to go from bottom to top, from lower left to top right, and just chugging. Not too steep, not too shallow, but we're chugging. Now, how do we get on that? Now, these are my least favorite. I've done a video on this before. It's probably uploaded. Go and check it out. So you've got a couple of ways of doing it. Now, personally, I prefer to wait for some kind of pullback that starts to round out and then look for a retracement of highs, a retest of highs, should I say. Now, others I know who literally just go for it. They just go, right, I've identified this as a grinding uptrend. I'm going to go long, and obviously they need to identify it as quick as possible, because the later you are on the trend, potentially the more chance it's got of reversing on you. So they'll go, right, it's at highs, whatever, it's a grinder. I'm just going to buy it. I'm just going to use an X pip stop, X% stop if we're looking at a daily chart, and I'm just going to assume this is going to continue. And that's not a bad way of looking at it. You know, at the end of the day, these things continue for a long period of time, but they have a sort of kind of set stop. It's not based on a chart or anything. It's just based on a percentage they're willing to risk. So that's the grinding uptrend. Then we look at number 2. Similar perhaps in pattern to number 1, but much more shallow. So yes, there's a supply-demand imbalance. Yes, slightly more aggressive offers being lifted, price increasing very steadily, but it's so minor. It's like a very slight imbalance. And the key thing about this one, guys, is that it doesn't take much to change it. You can change it in one of 3 ways. You can have, suddenly it starts getting aggressive and starts ripping to the upside. Suddenly it starts changing and going to the downside, or more likely for these kind of things, they end up fizzling out and then just drifting. And then when you look at it on a bigger picture, you're like, well, it's just actually a range. So it very quickly can change from a very shallow uptrend to a range. Now, these are, even though it's an uptrend, I prefer personally to approach these from a mean reversion perspective and go, well, actually, you know, yes, we are trending upwards, but ultimately, you know, any extensions are being sold, any extensions to the downside are being bought. You know, we can almost draw a central line on it, and prices oscillating around that, and there's trades to be had either side of that. But being careful and cautious, of course, that it doesn't take a lot to suddenly move this. So you've got to be very, very strict with your stop loss and risk management criteria if you're trading something like this. Now, number 3, this is the kind of trend that we all love, right? As traders, this is the trend that we love. Well, personally, this is much better because you're getting explosions. You're getting supply-demand imbalance generally to the upside, so a lot more demand, but you're also getting extreme bursts and downs. So you're also getting kind of mini downtrends within uptrends. So if you're looking at a daily chart, this is offering you loads of opportunity, because on intraday chart, there's probably, you know, multiple days of downtrends to get your teeth stuck into on the short side, and then you know that actually after that's fizzled out and it starts to bottom, you potentially got a lot of upside to work with. So You know, these are great to trade, guys. You can start drawing channels in like this. You can start, you know, kind of running a moving average through them and trading an extension moving average, using a Bollinger Band to guide you, or any of the other things. And you can see how this is a completely different trade setup to this, because also you can start to quantify your risk a bit more and you've got more targets. So if you happen to get along here, for example, your stop is obviously going to be under a low, or more likely going to be under a low. There's nothing obvious in the markets, of course, guys, but your target is going to be, you know, as you break through the high. So you can kind of structure the trade a lot more. So something to bear in mind. You know, there's differences obviously, and this is not always going to be like this, but an uptrend this is completely different to an uptrend like that, and requires a little slight difference in approach. You know, you might not even want to trade that. Perhaps it's not your thing at all. Let me know actually, guys, in the comment section below, which is your kind of favorite uptrend. What makes you the most money? What makes you the most profit? For me, it's definitely got to be number 3, because I like that kind of oscillatory action, even though we're in an uptrend. So next time you look at a chart and you identify it as an uptrend, maybe having a subcategory for it and kind of call it what you think it is, you know, another level, because that then helps you to identify as well. So if you're kind of journaling, you go, well, actually, it was a grinding uptrend, and I wasn't really in tune with it because I was trying to catch these pops. I was trying to catch this, I was trying to catch that. I was trying to buy breakouts, which would work okay in this kind of environment if you're quick, but you know, it might be challenging here unless you decide to hold on to it for a longer period of time. All right, guys, and final thing, of course, holding period. You know, this rewards you to sit and hold and leave the thing alone. This doesn't. You know, you've got to be quick with your exits here. You've got to be up, you've got to try to be timing the top before it kind of undoes it, unless you're prepared to sit through a lot of whipsaws. So, so many different dynamics that come with these different types of uptrend. Anyway, guys, those are 3 different types of uptrend. If you enjoyed it, a thumbs up is much appreciated, as is your support from subscriptions, likes, shares, comments, and all that kind of stuff. I know many of you have been here for a long time and you do that. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more videos from me and others. And we've got lots of videos to look at in the library, and we upload regularly. Take care. Bye-bye.